Hello everybody, it is FRC 2012 season, round 15 out of 16. We're here at Austin, at Texas, to start the United States Grand Prix, and today, again, Max Miller can win the title with one race before the season ends. There are a lot of scenarios in which he can already do so today, but there are two objectives for Aboish and Hidayat to continue fighting for the championship. The first one is if Aboish has to gain uh, gain 6 more points than Smitler, and if Aboish fails to do so, which is most likely because the Russian starting from the middle of the pack from P10, then Hidayat has to score 8 more points than Max Smitler, which is also not likely to happen, but who knows, maybe even Abovic can win the race today. Um, but anyways, without wasting any more time, it's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Santi Andreoli, teammate of Adam Hidayat, is starting from pole with Max Smitler, the title contender, starting from second. Dane Fraser P3, Vucci Garmin P4, P5 Adam Hidayat and P6 Aditya Bagus. P6 Jimenez, P P9 good qualifying by Benji Rushton, and terrible, just terrible Q3 for Abovic, who spun out in his first run and also made a few mistakes on his second flying lap. P11 Musa Karimov, P12 Erika Hanebusa. Zaborov Samatoskan is located on P13 with Litwin Pasalk on P14. P15 Jeffrey Blackwood, and starting alongside him is the first ever Italian in the main class. It's Ryan Adam. P17 Nicholas Johansson, P18 Andrew Paracelsus. Behind Andrew, starting Rosetta Martinez, his teammate P20 Fernand Tost, and again the worst qualifying by Toros, Alex Lewin and Micha are starting from P21 and P22. Once again, really good weather at Austin, no clouds at all, and we're ready to start the first ever United States Grand Prix. "42 laps, 22 drivers, and just one winner. 5 lights go off and we start the race. Max Miller has a good start so far. He's going to be coming into turn 1 alongside Santi Andreoli, but oh, it's the McLaren in the back and Abovic is out. Abovic is out. Well, not yet, but look at him. He damaged his front wing and he's lost his rear wing, and surely his chances for the championship are gone. And it's a retirement for Ergo Hanebus as well. But what about the leading group? It's two Lotuses, Andreoli and Hidayat on P1 and P3, and P2 for Daniel Fraser. That's a really good position for Adam Hidayat, who gained some places after the first sector. Now it's another retirement and it's another McLaren. A disaster for the team fighting for the Constructors' Championship. Look at this, Abochi is already all the way down on P16. And Musa Karimov has lost some parts of his car as well. And yes, Hidayat is ahead of Max Mittler, and that's an advantage. Also damage for both Red Bulls, Bagus and Tealsley. Parcells is doing fine, he'll be up into P9. Johansson up into P10. And the drivers will be starting lap number 2. So let's take another look at the start of the race. And first of all, what's happened to Abovich? He didn't even make it to the first corner until he spun. Was it his fault or not? But ooh, that was a huge impact for the vicinity of Erika Hanebusa. Yep, Sametoskan caused this wall accident, and as the result, already two cars are out of the race. But also want to check out the accident with Vucci Carmin. What's happened to him? Of course, it wasn't his mistake. It was Jake Tilsley who misjudged the gap, and he's lost his front wing as well. Benji Rushton did a really good job so far. He's up into 6th place, leaving Pasalko 7th, Jeffrey Blackwood 8th, and P9 and P10 Johansson and Paracelsus. Oh, and that's another car spun. It's Andrew Paracelsus. And it's surely from here to 0 for him. Spun on his own and also collided with Nicholas Johansson after looking up his brakes. But meanwhile, Nicholas's teammate, Sametoskan, is in the pits at the moment. 10 seconds spent to repair the damage, to repair the car. 9.3 seconds spent to repair the car for Jake Tilsley. Rear wing is a replace for Musa Karimov, who's lost approximately 15 seconds. And yep, 18 seconds lost for Rabovich, who's all the way down on P18. Wait, where is Smitler? Smitler's down to P8. Oh, and he's got a mechanical problem! He's got a mechanical problem once again! Once again, terrible luck strikes Max Smitler. Right on the second lap of the race, his brakes just failed. I'm not sure that he's going to make it into the pits. But we'll see. Yeah, he will make it. So nothing's over yet. We know that Max is a good fighter, as he can make great comebacks. He comes in and it is 7 seconds speed stop and P15 for Max Smitler. But meanwhile, Miha does great job, and from the last position, the starting grid, he moves up into P8. That's fantastic. Well, Smitler can still fight for some points, but now he has to defend from Jake Tilsley. who came in as well on the first lap. And he's pretty close to the Welshman. But now it's Jimenez on P4. And as we remember, his personal best was P4 as well, earlier this season. But I would say that it's not going to be that easy for Jimenez to defend his fourth position, and not just but well, Benji Russian behind him is running on Renault engine, and the engine from Benji's car is much more reliable and much faster on the straights. And we can see how fast the British driver is. He is going to be much faster coming down the straight. And I think, yeah, but it's lap 4, so the drivers can use improvised DRS. But meanwhile, look at this train, which was formed by Fernando Tost and his HRT car. Well, Caterham is still in top 10, but it's not Rosetta Martinez. Spun out, it is... Sorry, not Paracels, but Martinez, yes. Oh, it's a logo by Rodrigo Jimenez. He made a mistake in the chicane section, so it's going to be much easier for Benji Rushton to go for it, but... Actually, let's see what was the mistake by the Brazilian. Oof. That was really dangerous. So, Rodrigo just lost his rear end. But Russian still cannot catch up to the Mercedes driver. And it seems like even with Slipstream and DRS, it's very difficult to overtake here at Circuit of the Americas. That might be a problem. But at the same time, drivers make a lot of mistakes because it's a new circuit. And the main aspect of the race is going to be the strategy, of course. Most of the drivers will be pitting on a lap 13, a lap 14. Some will be pitting on lap 16. Some drivers like Teasley will be pitting even on lap 19 or 20. So strategy makes a huge difference in this race. And we got a yellow flag. Oh, it's Sammy Toscan who's spun around in the same corner as Rodrigo Jimenez made his mistake. But unlike the Swedish driver, Jimenez saved his car. But actually, Sammy has nothing to lose. He's all the way down on P17 and still is going to be a little disappointment for Zauber driver. It seems like Jimenez found his space and he's pulling away from the Williams behind him. Martinez in the slipstream. Side by side, going uphill. Just leaving off space. Oh, and they almost collide. They almost touch. But Rosetta Martinez is up to P9. Luan, who also started from the back from P21, already, is up into P11. Really good job by the Toro Rosso drivers avoiding all the carnage on the first laps. And Luan dives in and he's on P10, sorry. 2 positions lost for Fernando Tost in just 1 lap. What's happened between him and Martinez? Surely it was really close, but was there a slight touch? Yep, there was. And that's how Rosetta's dive bomb worked. Fernando Tost. He says, no, P10 is mine. And down the inside. No, he fails to make an overtake, so he'll be fighting Rain Adam now. Rain Adam does not even show himself in the mirrors of his teammate, but Fernando already knows that Rain is right behind him, and the Spaniard has to be really careful. It's already lap 9 out of 42, and according to the panel on top of the screen, Santi Andreoli, the race leader, will be the first one to pit. And the pit stop will take place in about 4 laps. It seems like Fernando finally found his pace, and he's already building a gap ahead of Ryan Adam. And also after the disaster with the brakes of Max Mittler, the gap in the championship between him and Adam Hidet is just 19 points, but it's still not enough to have a real championship fight. So I think Adam should try and get P2, and probably he'll have even more chances to win the championship in Brazil. I'm not saying that he will definitely win it, but every point counts in the last couple of races. Santi Andreoli is now with the fastest lap of 1:38.726. The second fastest lap goes to Max Mittler. He's just 61,000 of a second slower than Cetina. But still, if Max really wants to get this point for the fastest lap, he must finish inside the top 10, which is highly unlikely in the current conditions. And yep, the first mandatory pit stop is going to happen right on this lap, lap number 12. Satyan Drowley comes in with Adam Hidayat and Benji Rushton. So after these pit stops, Fraser will be in the lead with Jimenez second and Litmin Pasalican third, but I'm sure that it's not going to change that much in this race. Miha comes in as well as nobody else. Okay. Santiandrel is definitely pushing on the in lap. He sets the green sector 1. And actually the fastest lap went to Adam Hide at 138.699. That's definitely a good pace for Adam and also that's a really stupid move by Lotus as Hidet will be held up. Bravo. You're given a chance but you just decided to ignore it. Both Andrello and Hidet come in at the end of this lap. And I think Hidayat will return to the track on virtually uh, uh, after the pit stops. I think Hidayat will be on P4 or even P5. Yep, that's definitely a disappointment for Hidayat. He'll have to wait for about 20 seconds as well. Benjamin comes in. And unlike Lotus, Williams is prepared for the pit stop. And they shows a good time, 6.4. And yep, now nothing is over for Max Smittler. Hey, what's happened at Toro Rosso? Yep. The same thing at the Toro Rosso garage. Was it some weird team tactics? I mean, you didn't have to wait for Adam Hidayat for so long. Nigel Johansson 7.9 for a pit stop. On this lap, Daniel Fraser pits, leaving Pasalic pits as well. He is on P3 at the moment. And only these two. Okay. Okay, finally. Yep. If Alex Lewin doesn't retire, he has another kind of problem. This time on the pit lane. Daniel Fraser, who was leading for one lap, is now in the pits. And 6.8 for Daniel. Jimenez is now in the lead, so really well done. And it's... Don't tell me it's going to be the same thing at Mercedes. Please just don't. Fraser is on P3, Andrello P4. Pasalic has a 6 seconds pit stop. Solid work by the pit crew. And Max Smittler, look at him. He's already on P... No, still on P11. Who is beating this lap? The first driver is going to be Rosetta Martinez, who's on P5. Ryan Adam HRT on P7, and Andrew Paracelsus Caterham. Why? Max Mitla beats for the second time as he's stuck behind Pasalic and Rushton. Samatoskan beats on lap number 14 as well. Rosetta did an amazing job on the first stint. And it's time to come in for the first pit stop of the race. Yeah, well done, Caterham. Absolutely brilliant. Rain Adam in the P6.5. Parcels stuck. Smithers 6.6. He'll be on P15. I think so. Now he's going to be on P14. Or still P15. No, P15. P15. Parcellus 25.2. 5.8 for Samitowska, and Parcellus also waits for Sauber to leave the pit box. Jimenez doesn't pit. Blackwood doesn't pit. Very interesting decision. Fernandos is not on P5, but yeah, he stays out. Still enough fuel to complete 2 laps. Actually 1.5. Teasley stays out as well. And yeah, but looks like just one person pissed this lap, and it is Musa Karimov. Was there any overtake by the Uzbekistan driver? Because yes, there was. Although Smither was just exiting the pit lane, that was still really close. And Karimov did an amazing job. I thought it is a mechanical failure, but no, it's just a message that says that the fuel is low. Anyways, well done for Karimov. He makes a great move. Both Mercedes cars pity this lap. As well as Fernando Tost. Musa has some fun with the Ferrari, and it's time to pit. .8. Brilliant pit stop. But not a brilliant race, as Karimov leaves the pit lane and only Alex Sloan is behind him. Jimenez pits, Blackwood pits, and it's time for the Mercedes madness. We can see pit crew preparing for Abovich, as he's the only McLaren in this race. 6.7 for Jimenez, and yep. Blackwood will have to wait for the pit crew. Fernando pits, and Jimenez is gonna be in P3. Because of a fantastic job by Lotus. Yep, Jimenez will be trying to achieve his first ever podium, but his rivals in this battle will be Benji Rushton and Litmin Pasalic, who won their first podium as well. JTSC finally comes in on lap number 17 for his first ever pit stop. 6.9 for Toss, but oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. So it's two HRTs fighting again. Toast on P10 and Adam on P11. Blackwood is all the way down on P13. Just look at the difference between two Mercedes drivers. First, let's take a look at Aboishi, who's on P16, but okay, who cares? Let's take a look. Jimenez is on P3, he was not held up in the pits, and Jeffrey Blackwood, who is now defended from Max Miedler, who must score at least some points today. Jeffrey Blackwood is on P13, and he lost about 20 seconds because of being held up in the pits. TSL pits. And he'll be rejoining right behind the group of 3 cars, 2 HRTs and a Zauber. Or maybe even behind Mercedes and Ferrari, yep. Smitler is even closer to the points now on P13. And yep, help us find Adam Hida yet, he's only on P6. And yep, as I said earlier, to stay in the title fight, he has to score 8 more points than Max Miedler. If everything stays like this until the end of the race, then Hidet is going to score how many? Yes, 8 points. Musakrimov is in the pits because he's got a throttle problem. Both throttle and brake. Both throttle and brakes just failed, which is ridiculous. I think that we can say that Andreoli is catching up to Fraser a little bit as... No, actually he doesn't. I want to say that he was 2.2 seconds behind Fraser a few moments earlier, then it was 2.1 and now it's 2.3. Meanwhile, Musakrimov gets swapped. And as everything is over for him in terms of fighting for points, or even for some high positions like P15, he might have some fun like he did it in Shanghai, but by just making donuts somewhere outside of the track. And also, by the way, second pit window is going to open in just a few laps, and the first one to pit is going to be Miha. Then the drivers will pit Fernando Tost, Hansen, Adam, Max Mittler, who's on P13, and other drivers. Finally, a close battle, but it's a battle for P15 between Abovich and Sametowski. Oh, now it's 2.7 between Fraser and Drelly. If we're talking about the championship, about the Drivers' Championship, let's talk about the Constructor Championship as well, because why not? And also Lotus and Ferrari were tied in points after the Indian Grand Prix and now Fraser is leading the race, his teammate Smitter is on P13, and Lotus drivers are doing much better than Ferraris, but they could do even better if not the strategical mistake by the Lotus engineers. So at the moment it is 25 points for Ferrari, and then 18 plus 8 plus 1 for Lotus, so it is 27 points. And currently Lotus are still the leaders of the Constructors' Championship. Why still? Because even if they were tied on points, they still had more wins. Oh, it's a locker by Abovich. I think that the tires just don't work for him, as he can't overtake Zauber for more than 3 laps. I mean, yeah, but it's difficult to overtake at Austin, also considering that there are a lot of chicanes in on the first sector, but there are plenty of low speed corners, like after this long straight, after the main straight, where you can easily overtake if you get the slipstream. But yeah, it seems like something went wrong for Abovich, and he can't do anything compared to the Zauber in front of him. Again, what about pit stops? I think Micha will be pitting next lap. And yep, he will be. He'll be pitting lap number 24.
At the end of this lap.
Micha's race engineer says that the Tajikistan driver has to pit this lap. In, and Micha pits for the second time in this race. Eight seconds. And Micha will be on B14. Now it's Fernando Tost who beats this lap. And that's how the things look in terms of pit stops. The top 11 pitted just once, from P12 to P16. The drivers pitted twice. These are Smither, Tilsny, Micha, who pitted just now, Sam Toscan, Abovic, then Bagos on P18 pitted twice. Perses and Bluon pitted just once, but they were stuck in the pits behind their teammates, and Musa Karimov pitted 3 times. Once to fix the damage, the second time it was a mandatory pit stop, and the third one was a pit stop to fix a mechanical failure. Both throttle and brakes just failed. Fernandos comes in, and we can see pit crew of 2 more teams ready on the pit lane. But for now, our eyes are on Fernando Tost, whose pit stop takes 6.8 seconds. And he'll be on P13. Niklas Johansson 8.2 seconds for a pit stop. He is on P16. And Alex Luon, the driver whose race was definitely ruined by his teammate, is pitting this lap as well. But this time, pit crew at Toros is ready. Time phrases as the fast lap 138.649. And Tame Fraser is pushing his tires to the limit because he's pitting really soon. He'll be pitting on the same lap as Santi Andreoli. And gap between P1 and P2 is already 4.9 seconds, almost 5 seconds between the race leaders. And Max Mitter actually pits this lap. Yep, he does. Seems like the leaders will be beaten in lap number 29. And it's yellow flag, and it's... Ooh, Niklas Johansson and Aditya Bagos just collided. That's an interesting incident, and Bagos was just dive bombing, and... Yep, it went wrong. Very wrong. So... 2 more retirements in this race and just 18 drivers still racing today at Kota. Dane Fraser approaches the yellow zone. Oh, really close. Watch out for debris.
Watch out for debris.
Yep. Thank you. Green flags going to be really soon. The middle sector after this accident, but for now, Reynard and Pitts 5.7 and Max Mitterhead 5.9. A second pit stop as well, just a bit slower to spend less time in the on the pit lane. 38.9 for Adam and 39.1 for Smeetler. Oh, that's really close. That's the onboard of Fernando Tost. And, well, Smeetler is on P15. And... no. Adam probably tried to get P13 this way, but his teammate is still ahead of him. Fraser and Andreoli have the pit on lap number 29. Litmin Pasalic pits right now. Season P4. Pasalic 7.5. Another driver pitting on lap number 29 is going to be Rosette Martinez. And Pasalic is actually going to be in front of Blackwood. Oh, another really close moment on the pit exit. Jafar Blackwood goes round the outside and up into 10th position. Very good move. But now the two leaders, Fraser and Andreoli, are pitting, and did something really happen? Because I remember the gap was about 4.9 seconds, but it's 1.8 now. It even was 1.7 for a moment. 1.6. Yep, of course it was because of the yellow flags. But it seems that something happened even earlier. Yep. And it was Dane Fraser running wide on lap 27. So every 10th of a second will count on this pit stop battle. But I think Ferrari will have an advantage because the Ferrari pit box is located closer to the pit entry. And 6.7 Santiandrelli, oh, it's 6.3, but still, Fraser is ahead. But it seems like Andreoli gained about 4/10ths of a second. Let's see. Jimenez is in the lead, but he pits. Oh, and here comes Benji Rushton. What a surprise for the Williams driver. And who's going to be in front? It is going to be still Andreoli. Martinez is in the pits. We have a battle between Pasalic and Blackwood. A really close battle. Although it doesn't even matter because Blackwood pits on this lap. Just like Jake Teasley, 6.6 for a pit stop of Reza Martinez. Who is going to be on P10. Abush tries to go around the outside just the way Benji tried, but no, the Russian's going to be on P11. Samatowski on 5.5 second pit stop. Second Caterham is in the pits. Parcells has a 6-second pit stop. And Jimenez is beaten. $7.8. Bench Rushton is in the pits. It's an opportunity for Williams to get closer to Jimenez. But no, just 1 second gained. And now it's the second Mercedes in the pits. It is Jafari Blackwood. Jake Teasley is also in the pits, and Jake actually might move up into P7. Everything goes right, and yep, absolutely, and identical time on the pit stop, but Blackwood had to let Teasley through. Oh, it's a battle between... Oh, it's going to be a really close battle. Really close battle, just 5 drivers. Oh! That was really dangerous by Jake Teasley. And Max Mietler is going to be up into P9. Oh my god. Yep, surely not the best race. But for Jake Teasley, but actually I would say that Fernando could easily or not avoid the contact. But well, it's a controversial incident actually, but yep, basically Teasley was letting toss through, then Jake thought that he has enough time to continue moving, and then just at this time Fernando was going for a move. But yeah, oh, Adam broke the front wing as well.
Watch out for debris.
And these are the points Max Mittler really wanted in this race.
Watch out for debris. Watch out for debris.
He'll be on P9. Where's he at? He's on P3, but he'll be beating this lap. Is going to be really important not to mess up. For Lotus, as they did earlier in this race by calling 2 drivers in the pits at the same time. 12 laps to go, even less than 12 laps. Yep, 11 laps to go, and Hired is in the pits. And now he has to finish on P5 or higher. And if possible, he should get the point for the fastest lap. Oh, Luan is out as well. It's very interesting and at the same time sorry, but a bit stupid. Just misjudged the speed in the first corner, but come on, you can see the yellow flags. Why didn't he slow down? Oh, wait a minute. Did Fraser get any damage? He didn't? Okay. That was really weird. Really weird. Anyways, Hidayat.
Watch out for debris.
Hidayat comes out and he's on B5. P7 Miha beat Martins and P9 is Smitler, so 2 points for Smitler and 10 points for Hidayat. So for now it's enough. But then, actually, the gap in the championship at the moment between Smitler and Hidayat is 26 points. So to win the championship with Brazil, if everything is going to end like that, Hidayat has to win the race with the fastest lap, hoping for Smitler to retire or finish outside the top 10. 11.5 for Oscar and 9 seconds for Adam, but he is going to be on P15 and of course another opportunity for points is wasted. But we have to say that Adam had a really good race. It was his first race in Formula 1 career and he did really well, outqualified his teammate, was fighting with Fernando for points uh, for about 70% of the race distance, and sadly these things happen. Maybe we're going to say battle for the race win, or it is just an illusion, who knows. But for now it's 10 laps to go, and 9/10 of a second between Fraser and Andreoli. Of course, if Fraser has got damage in this incident, then I am pretty sure that Santino would be leading quite comfortably, but it didn't happen. I'm not sad, but I'm just confused. No, it's not going to happen. 1.3 already. Musakarimov pits for 4th time, I think. Yep, it's his 4th pit stop. And this time he rejoins safely. Yeah, 4th pit stop for him and 4th pit stop for Sami Toscan. Nobody else is coming in, and everybody is going till the end of the race. So the only way Sentin can win this race is to hope for Fraser to make a mistake. But I think it's useless to look for such a thing, because Daniel Fraser wanted this win for such a long time, and I'm really sure that he'll do everything he can to win the race today. His last win was at Barcelona, the first and the last one this season. And of course, yes, he did win before, and it was a long time ago, back at Hungary 2011. So it might be his second win of the season. And this guy, I would say that he got lucky again, because of course not that lucky, but despite the brake failure he moved from P15 up into P9. And also I have to say that this incident between Jake Tilsley and Fernando Toss helped him a lot. Uh, and he, as I already said, has its 10th in the championship. Max Miller has 173 points, and Adam Hidayat has 147 points. And yep, it's a 26 points gap in the championship. And also it might be the first ever podium for Rodrigo Jimenez in his career. After a good qualifying yesterday, and his personal best was P4, he has to finish. He has to complete 6 more laps to get his first ever top 3 finish. The gaps are quite comfortable. He's 8 seconds ahead of Pasalic, but almost 21 seconds behind Andreoli. Nobody ahead of him, nobody behind. So Rodrigo just has to bring the car home. 6 laps to go in this first ever United States Grand Prix. And also just a reminder that if you want to be interviewed at this race, you can join our Discord server. The link is in the description, just as usual, and you can join the race streams with chat. Right now, if you want to commentate, and after the race, if you want to be interviewed. And also, if you didn't sign up, remember that the signups are open until the end of the Brazilian Grand Prix. 5 laps to go, and Miha is going for a decent result after just ruining his qualifying. After qualifying on P22, after qualifying last, he's going to be finishing in the point zone on P7 or maybe on P8 if Martins will catch up to him. Also, a really good race so far for Benji Rushton. He did not actually gain that many positions today, but P6 is still a good result for Williams. Also, of course, we can't notice Pasalic on P4 and Martinez on P8 on Caterham. No, I'm an idiot, sorry. Jimenez already got a podium in South Korea. Yep, absolutely everyone will make it to the end with the amount of fuel everybody has. And yep, surely no battle is going to happen on the last laps because the gap is 2.7 between Dane Fraser and the pole sitter Santino Andreoli. But there might be a battle between Hidet and Pasalic, a battle for P4. Dane Fraser does not just a good job by winning the race, but by stealing one fastest lap point from Adam Hidayat. But as Adam Hidayat is chasing Luton Pasalic, of course, you could notice the Indonesian just locking up in the final corner of lap number 39. Just about a minute ago. And here he comes. It's gonna be really dangerous. And no collision, no slight touch, but yeah, just a few seconds for them lost, and even Bench Russian might join this battle. Two laps to go. And it is the only battle we have in these 5 laps so far. But it is still not close enough to see an overtake coming. Two laps until the end of the race. And now 100% Abovic is out of the championship fight. Yep, we could say that it would be Abovic Smitler all over again like in 2010, just a few weekends ago, but no. No, and once again no. Abovic's race was already ruined, even before he made it into turn 1. After Eriko Hanebasa was just a ball in ball, and Abovic lost his rear wing, front wing. He had to box, he had to complete the whole lap without any downforce, and yeah, it's only P11 for him, but of course he put a lot of effort to uh, make it to P11, although he didn't score any points, but yeah, still a good race for him. Not counting the first lap, of course. And yes, Daniel Fraser starts the final lap of the race, lap 42 out of 42 of this long, very long, and also very interesting United States Grand Prix, which is going to be remembered. And yep, Ferrari fans can be happy and sad at the same time. Happy because Daniel Fraser finally gets his second win of the season, but sad that Renault is going to be leading the championship, the Constructors' Championship, and that Max Mittler is still unable to win the World Championship. Maybe the championship will come at Brazil, who knows, because it's going to be really difficult for Hide to get the whole Drivers' Championship, because he'll have to win the race with fastest lap, and he has to hope that Max will not get any points at all. But for now, Daniel Fraser completes the final sector of Circuit of the Americas, right behind the Caterham, by the way. Just the final two 90 degrees corners. The marshals are waving their flags. Daniel Fraser comes down the final corner, finishes behind Caterham, but still wins the first ever United States Grand Prix. Congratulations to Daniel Fraser and T. Andreoli. Finishes the race on second position after actually getting the pole position. And P3 for Rodrigo Jimenez, his second ever podium after South Korea. Well done, really well done for Rodrigo Jimenez as he comes down the final corner. What about other drivers? P4 Livni Pasalic, another great result for him, and Adam Hide is still unable to overtake him on the final lap of the race as Adam finishes on P5 and gets how many? Not 11 but 10 points without any fastest lap. P6 Bench Russian also good job. P7 From P22 to P7, 15 positions gained. An amazing effort was put into this race by Miha, and yes, 6 points for Miha and 6 points for Toro Rosso. P8 Rosas Martinez, some points for Caterham actually scored in this race. P9 from Zero to Hero, Max Mittler, after having brakes failed, they're being quickly fixed, and Max Mittler finishes the race in the point zone on P9, but still unable to win the championship. Come on. P10 Jeffrey Blackwood, P11 Abovich, P12 Parcells, and that's it. Dane Fraser wins the race. He had to score 8 or more points to actually stay in the championship hunt, and he did so. It could have been much better if not the Lotus tactics, but well, it is what it is. Now the race results: Fraser and Raul Jimenez, Pascal Hidet, Rushton, and so on and so on. And now the retirements of this race are Alex Luan, Jake Tilsley, Fernando Toles, Nicholas Johansson, Aditya Bagser, Kahanebus, and Wojciech Karmin, who is right now at our virtual competitive booth, so say hello.
Oh, uh, I don't even want to talk about it. If I want to talk about it, well, if I talk about it, well, I'll be in really big trouble. But I don't know, for the fact that the British media has no fucking clue about about everything. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about this race, really.
And actually, I have one question for you. What do you think of the race by Lotus? They had everything in their hands. They had Max Mittler with a brakes failure, but they just decided to ignore the fact and just pitted two cars at the same time. And because of that, Adam Hidet is just 26 points behind Smittler, and he finished on P5.
A very big, massive blunder by Ferrari, by Lotus. I mean, he made they decided to make Adam Hidet makes the greatest piece of engineering he's ever raced in and made it into a huge stinking turd.
Yes, indeed, and now it's time to listen to the national anthems of United Kingdom F and Italy. That's the end of today's race. Now we're just going to take a look at the driver's fastest laps to see Dane Fraser on top, so he gets not just 25 points but 26 because of this 1 point for the fastest lap. Once again, thank you for watching and see you next time at Brazil. And for the third year in a row, Brazil hosts the season finale, and right there the champion will be crowned. Once again, thank you for watching and see you next time. Take care.